Hello, OHS, or should I say, not just OHS today. I'm Michael Lovis, and I'm here today at the OMS, at the one and only OMS Library. I have with me today the resident librarian, Mrs. Greenwalt. Tell us a little about yourself. Say your age, and are you married, anything like that?
Oh boy. I am 37 years old. I am married. My husband's name is Donnie, and we have a dog and a cat. So just a couple of dinks.
A rundown of what your day-to-day looks like?
Sure. So Monday through Wednesday, I am busy with my English classes. So Monday, 6th grade comes in. No. Monday, 8th grade comes in, Tuesday, 7th grade comes in, Wednesday, 6th grade comes in. Thursday and Friday, I'm a little bit more flexible, a little bit more open. So I have a lot of kids that come in and take tests or work on late work, missing work. In all my free time, I kind of help teachers and students with technology issues, with Chromebook issues. I host and plan for the book fairs. I spend a lot of time working on purchase lists and things to buy and working on my library collection, so I stay pretty busy.
If you're always that busy, do you ever have time to read?
No, unfortunately I don't. So I think that is probably a big fallacy. Everybody thinks I sit in here and read all the time. I wish.
Great. So, how long have you worked for the district, and have you had any other previous jobs before coming to Owensville?
Okay, so the years have gone by and I have started to kind of lose track of how many years I have in, but this is a milestone year. This is year 15 for me, so this means I am officially at the halfway point of my education career. So I have had a few different positions. When I first started for the district, I was teaching high school English, and I did that for 3 years. And then I moved over to the middle school and I taught 8th grade English, and I did that for 3 years. And while I was teaching English, I was working on my master's degree in library science. So once I had my degree, then I moved over to our library. So I've always worked in Owensville. I've just been in different places.
With that, are you a Owensville High School graduate, and also where did you graduate college from?
I am an Owensville High School graduate. I graduated in 2002. I went a few different places for college. I like to say that I did a tour. I did the A+ program at East Central. From there, I transferred to St. Louis University. From there, I transferred to Missouri Baptist, and then I got my master's degree from Mizzou.
That's a lot of education. So, this is all in school. What outside of school interests you? What hobbies do you have? Anything that maybe not the typical student would get to know?
This is probably not a shocker, but I actually do enjoy reading, so that is and always will be my favorite pastime. I like to spend a lot of time outside. We have some river property, so we spend a lot of time there. We like to go canoeing, camping, just playing with my dog. I'm a big pet person, big dog person, so I like to spend time with them. And other than that, I'm kind of quiet and keep to myself, so nothing crazy, just quiet.
Great. So, as this is the OHS TV Studio class of 2022, we're curious, for this year, what was your most memorable moment, say, when we were in middle school, 5 years ago now, was it?
Okay, so there's not one specific incident that stands out in my mind, but I will say one of my coworkers that I miss seeing is Miss Castor, who is now Mrs. Henson. And anytime she brought her classes to the library, it was always memorable because they were so much fun, and I always enjoyed seeing her. So that would probably be my biggest takeaway for the class of 2022.
What it takes to be the librarian?
I would say the hardest part of my job is just being patient and trying to adjust to what all the teachers are doing. Sometimes when I have kids that come in here and need help, they might need help with math or they might need help with science, and I kind of have to refresh my brain onto maybe what they're doing in order to help them. I always just jokingly say that I'm kind of the living room of the school, so I want everybody that comes in here to feel like they're welcome to be in here, and you don't have to be a reader to come in here. I think that's, something I try to express, is just having a welcome environment for everybody.
This sounds like a very lovely job.
It is.
Okay, so is there any other fast facts or little tidbits that not many other people would know about you that you can give us?
Sure. So I mentioned earlier that I enjoy spending time with my pets. I have had a couple of German Shepherds, and I have always named them after a book character. So my first dog, his name was Atticus, named after Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. When I worked at the high school, that was one of the books that I taught. And then my puppy, she's like 6 months old right now, her name is Heidi. So she's named after the book Heidi by Johanna Spyri. So I always try to give them a book character name.
Now, this might be a tough question for you. As a librarian, I'm sure you've read lots of books, right?
Yeah.
So what is your favorite book?
Okay. So I never have one favorite in anything. I don't have one favorite TV show, one favorite type of music, one favorite type of books, but I could give you a couple. So one of my favorite books of all time is a classic. It's Watership Down by Richard Adams. And it's not very popular these days, so a lot of you might not know what that is. It's a fantasy book about a group of rabbits, so I always compare it to the Aaron Hunter Warriors series books, which is about a group of cats. So that was one of my first loves. I actually had rabbits growing up, so that's kind of how I identified with that book. I used to read a lot of books by Jodi Picoult, and one of my favorite books by her was My Sister's Keeper, because it had such a crazy, mind-blowing ending that was really tragic, and it just always stuck with me. And I also love the book Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. I've always loved circus lore and facts about circusry, and I just really enjoyed that book. It was something different.
So on top of books, there's lots of lessons you can learn in books. Is there any lessons you can give OHS or the student body that we can take with ourselves into the future?
Be open to learning at all times. Everything I read teaches me something, even if it's a fact about a topic that I just don't know much about. A lot of times it'll spark me to open up Google and find out more information, and that's what I love about books, is I feel like I'm learning, but I'm learning in disguise. So that would be probably my tip, is to just never stop learning. Always keep exploring, always keep expanding upon yourself.
Now, as a into the future question, do you have any higher plans outside of the library? Anything you want to do into your future, say career plans or anything else?
I honestly can say that I love my job, and I have 15 years left. I would love to spend those 15 years right where I am. When I retire, I'm sure I will need to do something part-time. So that might be subbing. That might be getting a job at the public library. That could be getting a part-time job at a college library. So I'll think about that more in 15 years, but for right now, I am very content to stay where I am.
Seems like a great job.
It is.